so here we have Christian. He just got 14th place at the Arizona ARG.
Yep.
And what were you playing today?
I was playing a cell deck. A little bit different, from a normal cell deck. I was playing red-green. So for the profile, I played obviously 3 cells birth. This lets you play your cell chain a turn earlier. And then obviously for your cell chain you need three drops, just because it's going to start everything. Self-explanatory. For the 5 drops, I only played the evolving evil life form cell. Only decided to play this just because the way I was playing my deck, I didn't really need the power absorbing one. And this one kind of just keeps finishing your chain. The foil promo just stops you. And it's not that great, to be honest. And then to finish off the cell chain, you gotta play the 7 drop, obviously, because this is what's gonna give you your win condition most of the time. Really good card. Probably pulled this off in the event over 50% of the time. I did run to quite a few freezes, so that was kind of hard to be pulling that off.
Ouch.
Yeah. And then I'll tell you guys more later about the freezing matchups. I played 2 Chilean Terror Android 17s. I can only get my hands on 2 for the event. But even then, I don't think the card is that great. It's kind of weird, to be honest. I mean, maybe it's better with just the Android leader, but I figured going to set 3, this card's not even going to be that great either, just because new leaders have different awaken abilities coming up where they just untap energy instead of drawing 2. And then I also just played the other 2 Android 17s just for the cell chaining, to be honest. Just have the names. And then obviously your 4 18s. Again, just for cell chaining. I didn't really find myself ever actually dropping them since I wasn't even playing the 5 drops either. And then just so I can consistently pull off my chain, at the moment it's like the only consistency that you have in terms of searchability with the androids. Your Android 20 is just going to get you the rest of it. So if you already have one piece, this will finish off the next piece, so you can do this by turn 3. And then obviously you got to play your 10k draw 1 boost. Your super combos, what they're calling them now. Best card, you always gotta play these. And then that's pretty much it for the green package. For the red, I decided to play 4 Champas. I mean, the rest of the deck has double strike, so I just figured you might as well. I play the Black Patrol Trunks, so comboing the Black Patrol, add a card, and throw double strike to this. You really lose nothing on that Trunks, you just make them lose cards because no matter what, the Trunks is going to get warped. So this is really good just to add on more pressure to the Trunks. And if you can do this, the Trunks play early on, you just put them at 25 and your opponent is just going to waste too many cards for coming out of the double strike. So I thought that was really smart. And then you obviously got to play 4 Mighty Mask just because you can search your 10k boost. I was considering the Goten for the event, but the way I saw it is I was looking to put more pressure rather than breaking boards. And if I want to break cards, my leader can do that just because on front side you can put a card from hand under it and get rid of a 3 drop or less. And then flip side, you have 2 under, take it off and pop any card. So I just figured I didn't really need the green Goten. And then MVP of this build was 4 Kaba. This card lets you awaken earlier. The reason why I wanted to play this is because during some locals I ran into instances where people just didn't want to awaken me because they knew how the cell worked better than people who haven't played it, obviously. So I told myself, well, either play mono green and just the standard build, or blue green, and then I started seeing that blue green wasn't really doing much. It was mostly just extending plays a little bit. It wasn't getting me too far in terms of my progress in game state. So the Kaba is what actually is going to help me get to the awakened state faster, because I've noticed before I played red was that people would leave me at 5 and then just let me sit there, and I had no way besides the TN. I honestly didn't like the TN because I could get jockoed with it. So I decided to cut the TNs in the blue and just play the red so I can awaken myself and just start going a little bit more rampant on them. And then MVP last minute decision before the event was 4 Vado's Assistants. The night before, literally, I was at a buddy's place and he told me about this card. I'm like, well, it sounds better, than just playing no negates, because the only reason I like the blue is because of coercion. And the really cool thing about this card is that when you negate the attack, you also untap a battle card. And there's instances where like I would have my cell chain, and I'd have like the 7-drop rested, so I can negate attack next turn. And before, when they think they're gonna try to kill my the 7-drop, I'll just negate attack and then put it in active mode, and then they really can't do anything to get rid of it besides like an actual battle card wipe. So that was like really cool throughout the event. I actually had a few instances where that saved me. This card itself won me like 3 or 4 of my rounds, which is really bonkers. And then, like I mentioned earlier, the Time Patrol Trunks. This card is just really great. You know, at first I thought I was kind of weird about it because I noticed that I wasn't really getting too many cards in my drop area. But then I realized, you know, with the red package, you know, your Mighty Mass is going to be one of the cards that's going to go in there. And then I noticed that a lot of Vegetos were going to be around, so they're going to just load up my drop area either way. So this was a good call to play. And either way, you know, it's a black card. Trunks is just adds more consistency and lets you push further. Great card. And then I had a side deck.
But where did he get?
Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, side deck right here. For the event, I played 4 Jockos. Looks like I can't find the other one. I played 4 Jockos just in case if there's like decks that were gonna have like the 1 energy drop with 10k boost on it. So like in my instance, the Tians or Gohans, Vegetas, Frieza, stuff like that. That was gonna be like a good card just to have in general. Had 3 Super Saiyan Gotenks. This card's really good just because it's a 5-drop and it untaps energies when you play it. And on top of it, it has double strike, so just put pressure with it while maintaining back energy advantage. And then 2 of the Android 16s is searchable, and it's a blocker with revenge that's at 15. It's the Bless blocker for green in my opinion. The really cool thing about this is that if you KO a card while it's still face up with the revenge ability, it puts itself back to active mode, so you can just keep killing things if you have like 10k boost and stuff like that. So it's really cool. And then 2 Saiyan Gotens. This is just to pop things. Like I said, I didn't decide to main deck it, but I figured I might as well side it since I play the Mighty Mass and Unsearchable. If I come to decks that are just gonna spam out a lot of battle cards. And then I did play the promo Gohans and the Chaos, just I borrowed them for the event. But like I just said, I didn't really get too much time aside since Swiss was all just best of ones, unfortunately. And I went X2. The matchups I did lose to was a mirror match. Unfortunately, I opened god awfully, while my opponent just opened the tits. And then the other matchup that I lost was a golden cell. My bad, cell. Golden Frieza, guys. And it was a really close match. You know, I wasn't too familiar with the matchup itself. I just knew that Bloodlust, even with the new Rata, was going to mess me up a lot. And he Bloodlusted me 3 times and Coercioned me 3 times. And I got him down to like 4 cards left in his deck and like 1 life. But in the end, you know, he pulled off the cooler loop with the Mecha Frieza promo where you just look at a card, play it. So he was getting rid of my 10k boost in my hand. So I just couldn't push for game in the end. He just got it. He just out-resourced me. That's what it came down to. Played 2 Friezas, beat one of them, obviously. Lost to 1, played a mirror, and then played a Vegito. That was just an easy match because once you cell loop them, you know, they're just not going to have any cards really to do anything with. He almost got me once though because he played the Gohan in it, and that kind of threw me off a little bit because the Gohan was actually almost going to push for game. But luckily the Vados negate was really cool and really clutch. I think I played a Vegeta as well. That was just negate attacks and cell loop. And basically that was the event for me, and I was really happy because it was my first time taking an actual competitive event seriously for this game. So for it being my first event, you know, I thought it was really cool. I got my invite for the ARG Invitational, so that was cool. Yeah, but that's it.
Cool. Any final words?
Good. I would like to give a shout out for Johnny just for attending the event with me. A shout out to Alonzo for letting me get the heads up about the Vados and negate attack and giving me access to them just because I couldn't find them like literally last hour. So thank you to him, and shout out to Team Swellows AGG. You know, that's my team. I wanted to represent them in this event as one of the first super players, and I managed to do so successfully. Hopefully next event I go to, I can even get a top 8. and look forward to seeing everyone there.
Congrats, Chris. Good job.
Thank you.
See you.